Being isolated and being in solitude, I believe, is a necessity for us to grow as humans. We are social beings by nature. We like to be around other people. We want to work together. Being alone makes us tired. We will not want to be alone because it's not just right, it's boring. So being with other people we know is best. It makes us grow as individuals in the society. But this philosopher, Friedrich Nietzsche, he talked about the Übermensch, that like the superior man, the higher man, outside of the majority of people. Someone that is not enslaved with the mindsets that the majority has. You can say someone that has broken out of the matrix. So Nietzsche's version of the Uberman or the higher man rather. I'll use the superior man so you can understand. When they say Ubermensch, Ubermensch is spelled Ubermanch. That's called Übermensch. He's a German. Nietzsche is German. He has the mustache. You can look him up if you want to know him. He's a very nice person. I believe everybody should try and try as much as possible to try to study who Nietzsche is. His philosophy is actually something that is worthwhile and applicable to life. Talk about the Overmanch breaking out from the slave morality and getting into solitude for some time. There was an analogy he gave in his work, Thus Spoke Zarathustra. And he said, this man, the Zarathustra, kept himself in mountain for days and days and days. He was in solitude, alone, thinking and meditating, learning. Then one day he was looking at the sun. It keep coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. He said, probably things he has learnt from this solitude, maybe he should try to go and teach it to the majority of people or to teach it to the crowd, to people with the slave mentality. So, on his way, according to the work of Nietzsche, which he does to Zarathustra, he saw a monk on his way. And when he was going, he saw a monk. And this monk, Nietzsche, sorry, the Uberman, sorry, how am I gonna phrase this now? Zarathustra spoke with the monk, and the monk was telling Zarathustra not to go into the city or into the village and give people his ideas. He told him or predicted that the people are not going to listen to you because their mindsets have been fixed on what they believe, and these guy people are still dogmatic. But being stubborn, the Zarathustra said, okay, and he still went further to try to convince the morality and try to teach them what he has learned from his state of solitude. But the people in this little town that Zarathustra entered, they were very, how would I put it? What they cared about, they were more of the hedonistic kind of people. They cared about fun stuff. And these guys, they were just expecting, I think something like a circus. Just imagine a circus. And there was a guy that wanted to walk over a rope. But instead of, before the guy came, the Zarathustra came and started speaking to the people. While the people believed that Zarathustra was the person who was supposed to walk through the rope. So we're telling him, walk through the rope, let's see what you can do. Then I'm forgetting some part of this things. Zarathustra then said, okay, he started speaking, started teaching them that they should break out from the herd morality, telling them that they shouldn't just follow the dogmatic belief that they have. Instead, they should go into solitude and learn and know themselves. You know, Socrates said, man know themselves. A non-examined life is not worth living. An unexamined life is not worth living. But these people were so mad and crazy to the extent that were laughing when the Igbo man was speaking to them. Just as if Andrew Tate, for example, is talking on a particular subject on, I don't think it's very good morality. Let me say on politics. I think that's where his field is really, really good. He's speaking on politics, for example, and the person, when he's speaking to the person, instead of the person to be listening, the person is just laughing, expecting him to do something funny. That's how these people reacting to Zarathustra. Zarathustra at the end, when he has finished speaking, the people learned nothing and just mocked him and kicked him away. He was trying to enlighten them, but they refused because of that dogmatic belief they had in themselves. Therefore, then after that, Zarathustra walked back into the forest, into the nature to learn more. I don't know how it ended. I haven't completed my research on that topic. But the point I was trying to make rather, was that solitude is necessary. It is a necessity for someone to learn, for a man to learn, and for a man to grow. I believe that if you want to become the Übermensch or the superior man, the higher one, outside the earth morality, you need to take time to reflect on your decisions. The time you reflect, the moment you start reflecting and thinking, is the moment you start seeing the errors and you start finding corrections in what you ought to do. I believe that this is the perfect way to follow. This is the perfect route to follow. You take time to meditate, take time to do what you believe is right. Because if you try to live a life without being examined, probably you can know everything, but you don't know yourself. If I ask you, who are you? What are you going to answer me? I don't know what your answer is going to be. Who are you? Just try to answer this question in your mind. Who are you? Do you know yourself? If you know yourself, that means probably you know what your purpose is already. You know what you like and what you don't like. You know the kind of person you're going to be. You can predict yourself if you actually know yourself. But I doubt. Even me, I don't even know myself yet. But I'm just trying to figure it out. Know yourself. Know who you are. According to Socrates, and like I said earlier, man know thyself. You should just keep that in your mindset. Try to remember, try to know who you are, because I believe that if you know who you are, you will not become the one of the dogmatic people having the head morality and the slave morality. And this was one of the reasons why he even hated Christianity and anything monotheism, because they were very, very dogmatic and they had no, how would I put this? They were afraid to question their own beliefs. And this fear is the part, if they can break out of that fear and question it and give themselves the answer and seek answer for themselves, then they will become the superior man he was talking about. And according to Nietzsche, his works weren't even for the majority of people. His works were for the Übermensch, they were for the superior man. So you can become the superior man by going online. Your session, first book, Zarathustra by Nietzsche, is one of his work. If you can read it or if you can look for the summary of the work, you find it and you work on it. Just try to learn something from it. If you can learn anything from it, I believe it's very, very helpful. That's what I have to say. Keep striving for greatness.